let's introduce our guest.
Perfect.
He has earned the right to be on this show. And in a minute, when you see him live on the tubes and the Zoom and the Facebook, you're going to see why. I called him 2 hours in advance and asked for him to make me a 10-year celebratory creation, and he did that. His name is Robert, the amazing Mr. Archer. He is Charlotte balloon expert. He has been on the show, but it's been a long time. Robert, are you there, my friend?
Yes.
Hey, Robert, thank you so much for being here. Robert is in our studio in Statesville. Now, Robert, I'm a little concerned. Something might happen while you're live on the show because your board operator is amateur. Now, I just want you to know that. I got Wilton. Wilton is a professional. You got the sports announcer running the board. That's scaring me. Joe is probably going to press the wrong button. I'm almost positive that's going to happen. So let me just apologize in advance for that.
Let's just try to have a little faith.
Robert didn't know what to say, Joe. He said, "You're going to be fine,
He's
Robert."
sticking
I was just picking on Joe, Robert. You're going to be fine.
May the force be with you.
So Robert, do me a favor, buddy. First of all, thank you so much for building that balloon creation. I want people to know that I called him today, less than an hour and a half, 2 hours. He was still on the road driving back from where he was, and he created this and brought it. And Robert, I cannot thank you enough. Those of you that are on the book and the tube, you can see this phenomenal 10-year celebration balloon creation that he made. If you can't, and you're on the radio, it really is just phenomenal.
I'm looking at this right now. That's actually the talent you have to do that. He
got a little man.
It's awesome. I love it. This guy is great.
Yeah, just great. Robert, thank you so much, my friend. I really do appreciate that.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me on the air.
Sure, buddy. So tell me a little bit about what Charlotte Balloon Expert is all about.
Well, I'm a balloon artist, and I learned how to do balloon entertainment, twists like balloon dogs and stuff like that. But when I was seeing other entertainers and I was seeing them taking their stuff to the next level, I always believed in taking my expertise to the next level and always continuing my education. And now I'm just to the point, whether it's balloon entertainment or balloon decor, my motto is, if I can visualize it, I can balloonitize it.
Nice.
Ah, nice. Okay, so explain the difference between the two, right? So balloon entertainment and balloon decor, because I'm on your Facebook page right now. So kind of describe the differences.
Well, the difference is, if you look at this piece right here, the bottom piece is probably more of the balloon decor part, and the little guy that's made up, he's like I could do that at a birthday party and twist that up and for a guest and make it look exactly like them.
Wow, that's great.
And for those of you on the radio that can't see this, it literally is a man.
Yeah.
Looks like he's in a tuxedo.
It's amazing.
With hair. Yeah.
It's great. I mean, this is really pretty.
In an hour.
How long would it take you to put that man together if you were standing here in front of us?
Probably about 10 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah, it really, I mean, you could give me 10 years.
I know. I could do a stick figure maybe, but this is just incredible.
So it's just great, buddy. So Robert, answer this question for me, okay? Because you didn't wake up on a Tuesday and decide you wanted to be a balloon man, right? So let's take a break. When we come back, I want you to tell us how you got started with this. I am here with the balloon master expert. There is nobody in the Villes that can do the superior job that this man can do. My friend, thank you so much for being on the show, and I can't thank you enough for what you have built there. And let me tell you why this is This is absolutely perfect because Brian asked for me to be on his show this afternoon at 5 o'clock. I want you to place that behind Brian. So as he's talking to me, I'm going to remind him who's been on the air 10 years. It's going to be sweet. Absolutely sweet. Absolutely sweet. Joe, you make sure that happens, Joe. Robert, thank you so much, my friend. I'm looking at your website. I'm looking at this
Thank you again.
I'm looking at this 11-foot tall person that you made out of
Like
balloons. It's just absolutely remarkable. You there?
Yeah, I thank you. I believe that was made for Beastie off YouTube. He's a YouTube
Interesting.
influencer, I guess is the right.
So before we went to break, you were going to tell me how you got into the balloon business, because I know you just didn't wake up on a Tuesday and say, I think I'm going to start designing balloons. Walk me through that.
Well, I woke up on a Christmas morning and I had a really big stocking, and my mother had given me a book. It was titled How to Make Balloon Cartoons. And that taught me how to make my first balloon creation, which I believe was a caterpillar. And I do have a slight learning disability. And after I had a hard time going through college and realized that I really didn't want to go that route, and I learned I could make money and make a decent living off making balloon animals, I put my all into making balloon animals and slowly learned how to become a better entertainer as well as a balloon designer.
What age was that your mom gave you that book?
Approximately 13.
So you really have been a balloon expert your whole life.
Yes. I learned little bit by little bit. And now I could look at anything. Like, I got kids coming to the restaurants that I come to every week. And I'm sure you know what Pokemon is, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
They got like over 150 characters. I only know 3 of them by heart. But sometimes they'll ask me for a character that I've never seen before, and I'll have to pull out my cell phone, Google that character, and then I'll have to look at it but I could rig it up in about 5 minutes, no matter what it looks like.
Nice.
And I want people to go to Amazing Mr. Archer. You can see him on Facebook and he has a website, Charlotte Balloon Expert, and you can see all of the stuff that he has designed. It is absolutely remarkable.
Oh, it's impressive.
When I see these things,
I mean,
Chris and I are just amazed
nuts.
as we're looking at this stuff online.
I'm just curious. What has been your most do you have one balloon that you've done, or one event that you've done that just sticks out as like one of the best you've done, or one of the most creative, or that you love, or that demonstrates what you do?
Probably the 11-foot Lego guy that Joe seen earlier.
Yeah.
Because I only fit half of it in my van, and I had to finish the second half on location.
What was that? What was that for? What event was that?
I believe it was I don't know if it was a birthday party or if it was just a event for Beastie.
Oh, okay.
So if somebody wanted to reach you, how could they do that, my friend?
You can Google Charlotte Balloon Experts, or you can Google hashtag the Amazing Mr. Archer. And my cell phone number is 704-214-8144.
So about 14 or 15, you started doing these balloons. And did you see it in your mind's eye as a business? I mean, is that how you saw this?
It was a little hobby that was earning me a little bit of extra money. And then when I started taking courses on how to earn more money doing what I'm doing, because like one guy told me, it's show business.
Yeah.
Show is 4 letters, business is 8 letters. So you got to put twice as much into the business part as you do the show part.
Nice.
And that's when you can make a career out of it.
He's a genius, I tell you.
Yeah, that's
a genius.
Great advice. It's about what it is. So what is it? What's the one thing when you do an event or you do balloons? What is the one thing that you want your clients to walk away with about the experience with you?
I just want them to remember at least the one big birthday creation I made for, whoever the special guest of the day.
Right.
I've had one father to me. And as soon as I walked in the door, he's like, "You know why I hired you? I watched that movie Wedding Crashers, and he said, make me a bicycle." And I was like, "I want you to make me a flare." There was only 3 kids at this party. So I made this guy a bicycle with him on it and his little 1-year-old on the back.
Nice.
That
know,
is funny.
One of the things I think of that you actually do, a lot of people won't remember a lot of things in their life, but you created something that even years later, they're still going to remember a smile that you created for them, something unique, something that was intimate to them. And I think that's got to go a long way for a lot of people who feel like they don't have any purpose or don't feel like they have anything, where you're actually able to create that connection where most people don't get that ability or time to, but you do that by design.
Yes. I think Amazon's going to be talking about their 8-foot squirrel that I made for one of their grand openings for, probably as long as the building's open.
Well,
Right.
I mean, I'm looking at the Mario that you made.
Oh,
I'm looking at the baby Yoda that you made. I'm looking at the dinosaur that you made. I mean, if I didn't know, I would not know their balloon.
Right.
Right?
Oh, they're pretty aggressive.
Are these special types of balloon? Because I can't just go to the Walmart and go buy a package of balloons, right?
Correct. I get mine from balloon distributors where they have all the different sizes. Walmart will probably just carry maybe 11-inch and 5-inch. There are 5-inch all the way up to 3-foot balloons that most decor people use. Now, believe it or not, the next skill that I'm learning, I've done it maybe about half a dozen times, but I've climbed inside of a 6-foot balloon.
Wow.
You blow this thing up at 6 foot in diameter, and then you climb inside of it.
You know, Robert,
Wow.
and Chris will, I know Chris will agree with me on that. The thing that I loved about that statement is here's a expert
Yes.
in the balloon business
Yes.
that says
Yeah.
the next thing I want to learn.
Yeah.
Right?
I know. And that's curiosity and
Right.
creativity play together. They're
right,
great.
Right. So listen, we've got about 5 minutes or so, and walk me through the business side of the balloon business, right? So, who is a buyer profile for you, right? Are you marketing to the woman whose son or daughter is having a baby? I mean, excuse me, having a birthday party, or are you marketing to the wedding planner? Kind of walk me through that.
For me, my best client is probably parents of a 3 to 10-year-old kids. I love doing kids parties. I'm not against doing adult parties, but yeah, and I have done baby showers. I've done stuff like that. I think I've only done like 2 wedding receptions where they just wanted me to walk around and do entertainment at weddings. So birthday parties are my specialty. How I find them typically, just like number one for any business is Google. And then I do have a high roof van that's going to get a new wrap pretty soon.
Nice.
It's going to have me, a birthday cake, and a Benny the Bulldog on the back, and maybe like a little under the sea Van Gogh design on it.
Nice.
So I'm looking. I can see why you like children, because I'm looking at some of these Mickey Mouse, Minnie Mouse, Mario Brothers. I mean, I can see how the children would just absolutely love these things, and I'm sure they try and hold on to them as long as they can. How long do they last?
If they're kept with a gentle customer, they can last about a month in a cool temperature environment. Now, like I've told a couple of customers, they still wanted an outside balloon arch in July when it was above 90, and above 90, they might not last too long.
But
I've had
go right ahead.
But I've had parents that I've made balloons for their kids at a restaurant and come back a month later and say their balloon is still lasting.
Wow.
So, parents with young kids are that's your sweet spot, correct? Give me
Yes, sir.
something. Give me the most unique place or thing that you designed, or where you designed something at.
One time I was at a Texas Roadhouse. I was working there every Tuesday, and the kid's like, "I just want the craziest thing you can think of." And I knew I had to think, and I'd think quick. And for whatever reason, a rubber chicken on a swing came to my mind. I made this little kid a little rubber chicken on a swing, and as he rocked his head, the chicken swang back and forth.
Oh, that's nice. That's great.
See, that tells me you're a little deranged. You understand that, don't you? Swinging chicken.
I've watched it too many times.
Love it. Love it.
What would you tell somebody that is thinking about doing this, enjoys it, and wants to give pleasure as you do? What would you tell them?
I can create a memorable party that most people will never forget.
Yeah, I can definitely see that.
I believe
Yeah.
that.
I think if I walked into something like this where I saw a design like what he's done or something on his website that he's showing out there, you're going to remember that.
Yeah.
And that's something unique and something fun. And I would recommend this guy in a heartbeat because I don't think people are seeing what this guy can do, but it is absolutely awesome.
Robert,
it's
thank
stunning
you.
and creative.
Robert, thank you so much. Robert, you make sure that gets behind Brian before I call into his show. Brian's going to hate that. I'm going to love it. Robert, thank you so much, sir. I really do appreciate your time.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Joe.
You are listening to Local Biz Now. I am Joe Vagnone. I'm here with Chris Verlani. He's the creator of Rise of the Super Athlete. Please go to CharlotteBalloonExperts.com. He is phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. This is Local Biz Now, and if it's Monday afternoon, your business matters. We'll see you next week.